Well, I knew there was a canceled culture out there, but this is a little bit ridiculous. Hello, everybody. This is Big Paulie coming to you. We're getting ready to we're going to try to do two games this afternoon and evening for you. San Francisco, Arizona being the first one, and then Green Bay, San Diego later. I didn't do a game last night because I suffered a foot injury, which looks like is going to heal, although it will take a little bit of time. And I was going to give the mailman a piece of mail because he had already gone by, and I had something to go outbound, and he had gone by faster than I had thought, and I ran to get get the mail to him, and that's how I busted my foot. So I took the night off. You know, as I was saying on my blog, I'm hitting all the speed bumps right now. I've been doing this project since the springtime, and I hadn't had too many problems keeping it punctual and keeping it on target. Although we are going to speed up the project, in case you didn't hear, on Monday. We're going to do 5 games a week instead of 10. I have a feeling I need to get this project over with sooner rather than later because of what could be coming in the early part of 2021. And if I could get the project over with in 7 or 8 weeks, as to opposed to spreading it out over 12, 13 weeks, then, I think that would be all the better all the way around. And that's probably what I should have been doing with the project all the way through, is playing 5 games a week and not first 16 and then 10, and now after this week we'll be doing 5 a week. So I'm hoping I can get this foot problem under control. I thank you all for your understanding, at least in terms of me not being on last night. I kind of like to think that I'm the Lou Gehrig of the people doing sports, table-ish computer sports games, and sooner or later you you run into that disease that gets you. So, with no offense at all towards Lou Gehrig, I mean the only thing that could knock him down was a disease they named after him. God bless, I love Lou Gehrig, one of the great all-time Yankees and one of the great all-time baseball players ever. So we'll stand by and we will get started in about 10 seconds. 6, 5, 4. You don't need me to count, do you? Big Paulie's World of Sports Sims proudly presents today San Francisco at Arizona for the HTFL football game. It'll be, I'm hoping, one of 2 games I do today. But if you see this at some point down the road, that'll be insignificant to you. You would think that San Francisco would be the overwhelming favorite. I'll be playing as Arizona. Arizona's had a little bit better of a go of it in the HTFL. They are 3-8, and San Francisco with the best record in the HTFL right now at 9-2. New York, should San Francisco lose, could catch up to them and be tied with them at 9-3. Los Angeles, with a win later, could be 9-3. That's pretty much it. Surprisingly, the odds makers have noticed that Arizona has been playing well. They are only 8-point underdogs at home. And you know what Vegas always says about road underdogs? You never know. They might come up and surprise you. We're at the University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. I will receive the ball. I am playing as Arizona. San Francisco is a combination of the 49ers and the Raiders. The Raiders that played in Oakland and did not play in other cities, such as Las Vegas now and Los Angeles back in the 80s and 90s. It's Y.A. Tittle against Josh McCown. Cardinals in their maroonish uniforms, San Francisco in white. Jenkins, Reston, and Johnson back deep for the Cardinals. And we get this one underway. Taken at the goal line by Jenkins. He gets it out to the 24. So your starting lineup for Arizona: Johnson and centers, your running backs; Fitzgerald and Bolden, your wideouts; Hausler at tight end; McCown at quarterback; Brown, Davis, Sendline, Latui, and Massey are your offensive line. For San Francisco, it's going to be Haley and Hardman, Namalini and Stubblefield as your front four. Mac Willis Peterson, your linebackers. Brown, Hayes, Lott, Grayson will be your defensive backs. And I'm already starting to get coffee, which you didn't hear because I just muted the mic. Or I hope I did. And I do have a plan, and I will be revealing it to you as I go along. David Johnson, a trap left on 1st and 10. Gain of 3, and Willis makes the tackle for San Francisco. We'll take a look at how Arizona has been doing. They started the year 0-6, and they have been 3-2 in their last 5 games. Started out with a 24-20 win over Pittsburgh. Then 2 in a row they shocked New England 28-21, and they beat Jacksonville 19-10. Of course, Jacksonville, the second worst team behind Tampa Bay in the HTFL. They will be playing each other next week. This is going to be a quick a quick pitch to Johnson. And he gets nothing. So 3rd and 7, this kind of goes against what I'm trying to do. And which, like I said, I'm going to explain it a bit more as I go along. But what I am trying to do is use the audible a bit more. This is going to be a short pass to Fitzgerald. Coverage unknown, so we're going to make it a slant to Fitzgerald. Tangled up with Brown, but that's incomplete and no flag. So Arizona will punt. Scott Player kicking away. And the return was by Woodson.
The kicker, defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic, 1st down.
They get Willie Brown for roughing the kicker, and that gives Arizona new life. A 15-yard penalty, moving it up to the 43. You got Johnson. My strategy is basically just to try to eat up San Francisco with short passes, the short passing game, screen passes, and so forth.
Offense, number 70, 10-yard penalty.
But when the offense can't execute, that may be a strategy that backfires. Now a 1st and 20, more medium cross. Incomplete.
Illegal motion. Offense, number 84, 5-yard penalty.
I'm going to use a lot of audibles on 3rd downs until I run out of audibles. The 5 first downs that I would, 5 third downs, the first 5 third down situations they get in the game, and then in the 4th quarter, I'm going to be using the audible if it's still close. So on 1st and 25, we're going to go screen it to Fitzgerald and see if he can beat the coverage underneath. He does. Pickup of 7, and Willie Brown makes the tackle. We're going to go Centers. Now, Centers was well known as a good pass-catching running back in his day. But McCown can't find him. It's incomplete. McCown has started 1 out of 3 for 7 yards. 3rd and 18. Moore, a slant pass. And that's a sack and a fumble, possibly. No, McCown pounces right back on it. But it's still... Now see, this is I forgot to call an audible on 3rd down, which is what my aim was, but you're going to have to spread some of these out too if you want to use them like for most of the half. Scott Player back to punt on 4th and 25. And that is fair caught by Woodson, Abe Woodson. The punt went 48 yards, no return. So setting up San Francisco for you, it's Gore McElhenney at running back. At wide receiver, you got Jerry Rice and Terrell Owens. Gordy Sotal is your tight end. Y.A. Tittle, your quarterback. Snell, Upshaw, Otto, Cross, and St. Clair are your offensive linemen. And as I put my glasses on, as for some reason my eyesight is dwindling the past few days, Another one of my many problems. You got Rice, Campbell, Dockett, and Swan as your front four. Dansby, McKinnon, and Miller are your linebackers. And Williams, Peterson, Wilson, and McDonald are your defensive backs. And my glasses were all foggy. Long throw. That's to Owens. That's a gain. No, that was to Sotal, a gain of 27. Did I not say my eyesight was not good? It's a gain of 27 as I turn into Mr. Magoo right before your eyes. And it's 1st and 10 at the 49 of Arizona now for the 49, the Gold Raiders. They are the Gold Raiders because they are part 49ers and part Raiders. Tittle scrambled for 3 yards. Billy Wilson comes in as the third wideout, and I have yet to show you how San Francisco has done this season. They have only lost twice all year long. The first loss was game number 2, 10-7 to New England, and then they lost to St. Louis 44-31 week 7, and they have won 4 in a row since. So San Francisco is going to be heard from when we get to the playoffs, I would think. But with both teams having championship runs for several years, I think that would be expected. 2nd and 7, both the 49ers were good in the 80s and the 90s. They haven't been so bad as of late, as Owens catches a 15-yard pass pushed out by Williams. 1st and 10 now at the 31. Of course, the Raiders in the 70s were one of the decade's best teams, although I think Miami and Pittsburgh will give you a good argument that they were better. 2nd and 4 at 27. This is Jerry Rice on an end around, and he gains 21 yards that way to the 6. 1st and goal at the 6. McElhenney, touchdown. That did not take long for San Francisco. 6 plays and 76 yards. The time of possession was 3:53. Your point after try, good by Janikowski, and it is 7-0 in favor of the Gold Raiders. Jenkins, Preston, and Johnson back deep. Abe Woodson is the deep man for San Francisco when we get a kickoff over their way.
Receiving team.
And as you heard, Williams called for the hold, and it's 1st and 10 at the 13. We have 7:23 left, opening quarter. It's a 7-0 game in favor of the Gold Raiders. This is going to be Bolden on the short cross. Incomplete. That was thrown into traffic, and Lester Hayes on the coverage for the Gold Raiders. We're going to do a wide receiver screen and look for Anquan Bolden. That's incomplete.
Encroachment defense. Number 86.
But you see there, Arizona gets another crack at it because of encroachment against the defense. 2nd and 5. How about an outside run with Johnson? That's trapped for a no gain. I thought it was going to be for a loss, but not to be. 3rd and 5 at the 18. 6:59 left. Now here's where I want to call an audible. I'm going to go medium pass to Fitzgerald. And yeah, I'm not getting good recon from the San Francisco defense here. And as Arizona, you don't have to get good recon. We're going to go more a medium slant route, he said. Incomplete. Hausler hurt on the play. He plays tight end, and Pope, if he is not back from his injuries after the change of possession, will fill in for him. But it's punting time again for Arizona. Here's Scott, the player. To Woodson, and Woodson with a nice return if it holds.
Receiving team, 10 yards.
It will not. Lester Hayes called for the hold, and it's 1st and 10. Gold Raiders at their own 29 with 6:16 left. This is Frank Gore. He picks up 5 yards. Wilson on the tackle for Arizona. 2nd and 5 at the 34. Incomplete.
Pass interference, defense. Number 35, 10-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
They get Williams for pass interference, as you just heard. 1st and 10 at the 44. To give to Gore. Gore picks up 7. 2nd and 3, the ball at the 49 now of Arizona. Incomplete, looking for Owens. 3rd and 3 at the 49. Over the middle, finds Gore for the first down, and they're now on the Arizona side of the field. 1st and 10 at the 43. Tittle has started strong, 3 out of 4 for 48 yards. And Sotal has a catch, Gore has a catch, and Owens has a catch. Tittle, off the hands of Gordy Sotal, incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the 43. Gore with a catch. So he goes into unknown real estate for that and picks up 18. A 1st and 10 at the 25. Tittle flips it over to McElhenney, who gains 16, and Tittle, with the game against Washington last week, had an excellent game. 16 of 24, 227. So this San Francisco team playing very well, probably the best in the HTFL at the moment. 1st and goal at the 9. This is Gore, and Gore loses a yard.
Offsides, defense. Number 56, 5-yard penalty.
Dansby called for the holding, the offsides. Defensive offsides. So it's now a 1st and goal at the 4, and San Francisco already looking for their 2nd touchdown of the day. 3-yard gain for Gore, and now San Francisco really knocking on the goal line now at the 1. Gore, touchdown.
The previous play is under review.
Subject to review, so hold your horses, folks.
The ruling on the field is confirmed.
So San Francisco wasting no time trying to get this game over with. But unlike a heavyweight fight, you can't end it with one punch. You got to play 60 minutes. Janikowski puts it through, and it's 14-0 in favor of San Francisco with 1:28 left in the first quarter. Jenkins back deep, and Jenkins returns it 35 yards, no flags, and the Cardinals will have good field position. They'll go to centers on the screen. A blitz coming, so this is going to be a good call. And Centers gets the first down. If it stands, there might be a penalty.
Grabbing the face mask.
Oh, it's against San Francisco, and it's a big one.
15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
And it's Ronnie Lott, a 15-yard penalty. And I'm just going to go for the downs right here. You got to take your chances while you can. Bolden, play action long pass, a heavy blitz called. Oh, a sack. McCown took too much time. And it's a loss of 12. Khalil Mack on the tackle. And just like that, 2nd and 22. Screen to Johnson. That's incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left. And now if you are Arizona, you really got to go for the long one here. We're going to look to Fitzgerald. Hope we can get at least a field goal out of it. There's the long throw. Incomplete. And we're at the end of the first quarter. It is 14-0 San Francisco. San Francisco 132 yards. Arizona 3. Arizona has run 11 plays. San Francisco has run 15. And my apologies for delay. I had to sneeze. Okay, on 4th and 22, we're just going to have to shoehorn it in and get Scott Player in the game and hope we can get a turnover or something.
Illegal block. Receiving team, 10-yard penalty.
That's against Willie Brown, and that backs San Francisco up. And it'll be a 1st and 10 at the 9. We have 14:54 as we have just begun the second quarter. If you're just Queuing up to this point, it is 14-0 in favor of San Francisco. Tittle to Gore. Gore with a lot of running room. He picks up 25. And that gets him, as my stat box disappears, to 45 yards on the day on 6 carries. He's having a pretty good day. 1st and 10 at the 34. McElhenney, a catch. A gain of 15. Hugh McElhenney out of the University of Washington with the nice catch there. McElhenney now has 2 catches, 31 yards. 1st and 10 at the 49. San Francisco 49, and that's where it's going to stay as Gore tackled by Campbell for no gain. 2nd and 10. McElhenney, a gain of 16. Dansby on the tackle. 1st and 10 at the 35. McElhenney, a loss of 4. 2nd and 14, the ball at the 39. The throw, caught. Sotal, a gain of 13, and it's going to be 3rd and 1 with Wilson on the last tackle. McElhenney, another first down. San Francisco just doing whatever they want offensively. A 4-yard gain. They have 201 yards. They have gained 75 on the ground and 126 in the air. Tittle is now 8 of 10 and 126 yards. This is just target practice for them at this point. Owens, a gain of 12 now. He's going to pad everybody's stats nicely. He's got 2 catches and 27. He's got Tittle to 9 for 11 and 138. 1st and goal at the 10. And Arizona calls timeout, which they probably should have done a while ago. Touchdown, Gordy Sotal. That's his 6th of the season. 20-0. And the extra point good by Janikowski. And this has been all San Francisco at this point. But we wanted to show them to you since they are probably arguably the best team in the HTFL right now. Jenkins, Preston, Johnson again back deep for Arizona. This is a return of some repute to 33 yards to the 33. And a change coming. Jake Plummer. Actually, McCown has the better rating. They're looking at Jake Plummer. They're going to stay with McCown. And they're going to go Hausler on the medium hitch. A sack. Hardman. And a loss of 8. So Arizona just getting outclassed on both sides of the ball. Here's Hausler on a tight end screen. He's got it, but they swarm on him right away. Not an inch. Latui is out for a few plays. They're going to bring in Wells, I believe it is. Reggie Wells out of Clarion to set up 3rd and 18. Moore, medium fly route. San Francisco playing deep. This is going to be short of the first. It was a catch. And a gain of 11. Woodson on the tackle for the Gold Raiders. And Arizona has to punt again. Player. The punt, fair caught. Do we have a marker? We do not. A 1st and 10 at the 17 for San Francisco. We're at an even 7 minutes now. Left in the half. It is 21-0 in favor of the Gold Raiders. Gore will pick up the first down. No, he is just short. Eric Swan made the tackle for Arizona. And it's 2nd and inches at the 27. McElhenney gains a yard. Good enough for the first down they did not get on the last play. Now a 1st and 10 at the San Francisco 20. I want to say that's the 28. Looks like the 28. Screen, incomplete to Gore. That's only the 3rd incompletion Tittle has had all day. And it's now 2nd and 10 at the 28. Gore over the middle. You might want to wave bye-bye to him, but did he fumble the ball? He did, recovered by the Cardinals. Is this a touchdown? It is. Gore was going, looked like he was going all the way. McDonald scooped it up, and he went all the way himself. 61 yards, and that's what the Cardinals needed, folks. The extra point is no good by Catanzaro. No good. It went wide left, and it's 21-6. I hate to do this so early, but we're playing against the Gold Raiders here. We're going to go onside kick. And the surprise onside kick recovered by Gene Upshaw. 1st and 10 at the 47. McElhenney. He's in the clear. Weaves his way.
Offsetting penalties.
A 21-yard gain that's going to get wiped out. And it's 1st and 10 at the 47. So we've seen some strange plays already in this. Tittle's going to run. He's going to get the first. He has some room. He fumbles. And Owens recovers. And in all, the play gained 25 yards. So it's 1st and 10 at the 28. This is like back when I was calling PA for high school football, and you had some strange plays you had to prepare for. 1st and 10 at the 28.
False start. Offense. Number 78. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Art Shell called for a false start. I once did a game in the 90s, 1st and 15 at the 33, where the quarterback looked like he was going in for a long touchdown run, but he fumbled the ball out of bounds at about the 3 or 2 yard line. That was Sotal. Tittle to Sotal, and that was a gain of 18. And Tittle now 11-14, 166. 1st and 10 from the 15. Gore, untouched. Touchdown. That's his second of the day. 27-6. And if you're an Arizona fan, you're thinking it could be worse. Extra point is good by Janikowski, and it's 28-6. So Arizona will now get it back. Jenkins back deep, and he's had some good returns so far. That's kicked out of bounds, I think.
Kicking team.
Janikowski kicks it out of bounds, and Arizona gets it at the 40. Medium cross to Rob Moore. Incomplete. A 2nd and 10. And the thing is about this game is that we're going to go screen to Johnson. San Francisco has to put their second team in, and their second team was not all that good. They gave up 35 late in the game to Denver, or most of the 35 points Denver got. It was 48-35, but it really wasn't that close. 3rd and 10. It was the second string that let Denver make the score look respectable. Out to somebody. McCown runs. He fumbles. Recovered by San Francisco. That was Hardman, and he got 12 yards on the return. And it's 1st and 10, San Francisco at the 33. So we might have a long mop-up time period. That's Sotal, a gain of 12. Tittle now 12 of 15. He is having quite a day for himself. San Francisco 336 yards, and Arizona has 11. They go to the 2-minute warning. It is 28-6. Here's your 1st and 10 play from the 21. Incomplete to Sotal. The throw completed. Sotal again. Another 12 yards. That gets him to 6 and 52. I'm sorry, not 6 and 52, 6 and 92. 1st and 10 at the 9. Tittle. Underneath. And nobody can hang on to the ball right now. Gore fumbled it. Miller tipped it out. McElhenney recovered it. And it's 2nd and goal at the 6 with 1:42 left in the clock running. Incomplete. Pass intended for Gore. Now our 3rd and goal at the 6. You really need a field goal here, touchdown here for San Francisco? No, you don't. McElhenney, a loss of 2. I'm going to commit suicide and call a timeout. Field goal kick by Janikowski. He pushed it left. How about that? So with a $1:10 to go, Arizona will have a final crack at it. And they still have 2 audibles that they can call. We're going to go medium out to Moore. I will save my last audible for a point should I need it later. Medium fly to Fitzgerald, please. Thank you. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. The ball's still at the 20. Bolden on a slant. That's incomplete as McCown checked down to Moore. I'm just going to let the computer pick a play at this point. That's a screen. Yeah, the computer took my advice and tried with the screen. That's a gain of 9, but it's going to be a 4th down. And I'm going to let the clock roll down to 7 seconds. And I might as well just chuck one up here. Just throw a bomb to somebody. Bolden, we'll say. 7 seconds left. That should run out the first half clock. And a sack by Hardman. Another one today for him. And we have gone to halftime. It is 28-6. It has been all San Francisco in the first half. We will take a brief break and be right back. Okay, folks, we are back as promised. This has been very one-sided. It's been one of the most one-sided contests we've ever had here in the HTFL, I would think. In total yards, we had 37 plays run by San Francisco, 349, and Arizona has run 19 plays, and their total yardage, 8. That's a positive 8, so it's 28-6. And Arizona gets the kickoff to start the second half. Abe Woodson back deep, who has already run back one for a score against Denver in that 48-35 game. And those two teams will be playing each other again in San Francisco before the season ends. 1st and 10 at the 38. San Francisco gets Kansas City next week, and we will have that game for you next week on the HTFL. I don't know exactly what date yet. A gain of 11, McElhenney and Miller on the tackle for the Cardinals. 1st and 10 at the 49. This is Terrell Owens on the reverse, a pickup of 9 yards. 2nd and 1. Gore, no gain. 3rd and a yard. Ball at the 42. Gain of 2 for Gore. Dansby on the stop, but it's a new set of downs for the Gold Raiders. 1st and 10 at the 40. A throw over the middle to Rice, incomplete. Rice is yet to catch one today, but everybody around him's doing them so well they don't really need him. 2nd and 10 at the 40. So if you're seeing this game right before 8:30 tonight on Wednesday night, the 18th of November 2020, 3rd and 6th and 36. Gore just gained 4 more yards. He's well over 100 now. A fumble recovered by Arizona. But it's being looked at. Likely will be upheld.
The ruling on the field is confirmed.
And Arizona gets the ball. And we're going to go for the big play here, because why wouldn't you? Medium fly to Hausler. Oh, McCown back. Throwing. Pick. So San Francisco giveth, but San Francisco taketh away. Willie Brown with the interception, his first of the year. He returns that 15 yards. So in that play, old man Willie did not go all the way. 1st and 10 at the 28. Screen. Gore. He's down to the 4-yard line. A gain of 24. Not Al Gore, but Frank Gore having a tremendous day. I got politics on my mind. What can you say? 13 carries, 106 yards, 4 catches for 51. Al Gore, of course, ran in 2000 and lost the disputed race to George W. Bush. McElhenney, no gain. But we didn't know who the winner was of that race until like almost Christmas. Second and goal at the 4. McElhenney, a 3-yard loss. Third and goal at the 7. Gore picks up 4 back. Wilson out for the game with an undisclosed injury. So you're going to see Freddie Bolitnikoff in at wideout when we get to the next series. Here's your not point after, but a kick by Janikowski. It is good.
Holding offense, 10-yard penalty.
That's the San Francisco fan saying no way. Bob St. Clair called for the holding, so they will try again. Janikowski from 30 this time. He still hits it, and it's 31-6. Well, hang on again. Art Shell called for holding. A third try from 40. Janikowski pushed it left. No good. That was funny. So Arizona gets it back. We're going to go Hausler, medium cross. Well, anyway, what I was going to say was if you are watching this game prior to 8:30 on Wednesday night, November 18th, look for a second game because I'm going to do another one. I do not know at this point in time when this game is going to end. If it ends in an hour, blitz coming, so we're going to screen it to centers. But McCown fudges all that and calls time. Fitzgerald on an out, but a blitz coming, so we're going to screen it back to centers. And centers is going to get a first down out of that, a pickup of 11. Ronnie Lott on the tackle. So if this game is done in an hour or less, the start time of the second game will be 8:30. If it takes longer than an hour, then the start time will be 8:45. We're going to go medium fly to somebody. And another sack. Khalil Mack with his second of the day. And McCown is becoming one with the turf with all the sacks that he has taken. So it'll all depend on the length of this game, the remaining length of this game, which I do not know yet because I am still in it. Screen to centers, 2nd and 23. He gains a little bit, 3 yards. Going to be 3rd and 20. They'll put 5 wide in, which will be Bolden, Moore, Boston, Sanders, and Fitzgerald. And they're going to go long, and they're going to look to Sanders. McCown runs, but that's not going to do any good. A gain of 8. And it's 4th and 12. So player will just punt to the sidelines. And that is out of bounds at the 19. Freddie Bolitnikoff comes in as the third wideout, as I was telling you. He's number 25. I don't think he has seen in any action. And actually, no, he did play earlier in the season. He has 1 catch for 10 yards. So it's 1st and 10 at the 19. He was a long time wide receiver for the Raiders. Also, he played in Canada for a bit. Gain of 11. As they go to Bolitnikoff right away, Rogers Cromartie makes the tackle. 1st and 10 at the 30. Down to 4:25 left. A gain of 5. 2nd and 5 at the 35. And that is McElhenney picking up 8. Total yardage situation is now 428 for San Francisco, 426 for San Francisco, and 28 for Arizona. 1st and 10 at the 43. Gain of 2 yards. McElhenney tackled by Campbell. 2nd and 8 at the 45. Gain of 5 for McElhenney. A 3rd and 3 now at the 50. Incomplete. Tittle is now something or other. Gore has had 2 drops today. He is 16 of 23 for 228. I think they're going to just kick it away. I don't think they would fake up 28-6. A 36-yard punt for Tommy Davis to the sidelines, out of bounds at the 14. We're down to 21 seconds left. And now they are going to make the move and put Jake Plummer into the game. Not Jake from State Farm, but Jake Plummer. Fitzgerald on the slant. A blitz being called. And, well, this can't end well, could it? An interception by Ronnie Lott, but
Number 42, 5-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
the interceptor, Ronnie Lott, also called for pass interference, so that will get nullified. And Arizona still has the ball with 11 seconds left in the third quarter. David Johnson up the middle. And that will end the third quarter. No gain. Neo Namalini makes the tackle. And we now play the fourth quarter. Total yardage 433 on 54 plays for San Francisco. Arizona has run 25 plays and has gained 28 yards. So it's been a total one-sided game on the stat sheet. Second and 10, it's going to be a slant to Anquan Bolden. Incomplete. Third and 10, I'm going to call an audible. Medium fly route. We're going to go long to Moore. There it goes. Way overthrown. And incomplete. 4th and 10, the Cardinals will again punt. Scott Player. Abe Woodson, I'm sorry, folks. Punt return of 17 yards. The punt went 41, so the net was 24. 1st and 10 at the 43 for San Francisco, who could pretty much go on cruise control at this point unless something really dramatic happens. Jameer Miller has made his 10th tackle of the day on that last play, which was a no-gainer by McElhenney. McElhenney no gain again. 3rd and 10 at the 43. Throw over the middle, complete to Soltow. He now has 7 for 110. Swan out of the game. And he will be replaced by that man, Dan Williams at defensive tackle out of Tennessee. 1st and 10 at the 25. Gore, a pickup of 2. 2nd and 8 at the 23. We're at the 43-minute mark of the recording, so it's looking like 8:30 will be the start time for our next game, the way things look now. Gore gains 2. 3rd and 6 at the 21. Touchdown. Freddie Bolitnikoff. Touchdown, Gold Raiders. And it's 34-6. Extra point try. Good. So Bolitnikoff scores in the HTFL after a Hall of Fame career. And we're at 35-6 with 11:10 to go. We have Green Bay and San Diego later on tonight. That's a gain of 28 on the return. But Rogers Cromartie messes that up, and Arizona's going to start from their own 7. Hausler, a short out play. Blitz coming, so we're going to change it to a slant to Fitzgerald.
Offsides. Defense. Number 94, 5-yard penalty.
Stubblefield called for the offside penalty. Special hello out to Luke Brown, who wished me some well wishes after I posted on my blog that I was not going to make it last night to do the game. And hope he's enjoying this game and the game that will come. David Johnson, a pitch right. We have 81 subscribers on the channel. Just short of the first down. I will challenge, because what else can you do down here? 35-6.
No timeout will be charged.
Get the first down yardage. And it's now a 1st and 10 at the 17. Fitzgerald, medium cross. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Fitzgerald, medium slant route. That's caught. Gain of 14 yards. Johnson, a screen. That falls incomplete. I'm sorry, folks. 2nd and 10. We're going to go to Hausler, and we're going to go to medium fly route again. That's caught. Nice play. Hausler with a gain of 20. Plummer has started 2 of 6 for 34 yards, in case you were wondering. Medium slant to Bolden. That's a catch. A pickup of 14. Hausler hurt on the last play. And he was hurt earlier in the game, an undisclosed injury. Pope will come in, at least for one play. Leonard Pope out of Georgia. 1st and 10 at the 35. And Plummer is going to try to snake it out to Bolden on a long play action pass. He will instead run. Of course, Plummer, a local favorite, having played at Arizona State and took them to the Rose Bowl several years ago. 2nd and inches at the 25. Johnson, a dive play. 2-yard gain. And it's 1st and 10. Ball at the 23. Moore, medium crossing route. It is caught. It is a touchdown. So Plummer to Moore. They will kick the extra point. It is good. It's 35-13 with 7:21 to go. That took a little longer than Arizona probably would have liked it to. 10 plays, 93 yards in 3 minutes and 41 seconds. So you can't score overnight from 93 yards out. Onside kick, I'm sure San Francisco will be gunning for it. And Banducci recovers it for San Francisco. 1st and 10 at the Arizona 48 with 7:12 to go. Incomplete. Arizona's going to need some possessions here. Gore dropped that pass. Tittle playing a great game, 18 to 26, but his receivers, if they had helped them out, probably would be doing better. This is McElhenney gaining 5.
Number 97, 5-yard penalty.
Rice called for an offsides against the defense. That's Simeon Rice, who will go on and win a world championship with Tampa Bay in the 2002-2003 season. 2nd and 5 at the 43. No gain. 3rd and 5. I still have a Wheaties box in my possession of the Super Bowl winning Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It was like a commemorative Wheaties box. It's one of our family heirlooms. 3rd and 5. Screen to Gore. If we see some second stringers into the game, we'll let you know. 4th and a yard. San Francisco will go for it because it's really too long for a field goal. Gore, 1st down, 30, 20, and it stopped at the 19. He's now at 1,000 yards on the season. That run puts him at 1,005. 1st and 10 at the 19. McElhenney gains 7 more, and I'm going to call my last 2 timeouts because I'm Arizona. This play will not count because if you call them too early, if you call them before you are prompted to call them, then they just run a play and the play doesn't count. 2nd and 3 at the 12. I figure I better call them now. McElhenney, a 1st down. Pick up a 4. I'm going to call my last timeout, so you're going to see the computer run a play. This does not count. 1st and goal. Fans are already leaving the University of Phoenix Stadium anyway. Gore, gain of a yard. Gore is at 142 yards. That is a season high for him. And they have put Rice in. Rice, Owens, Blitnikoff as a 3 wideout set. 2nd and goal at the 7. Gore back to the line, Dockett on the tackle. A third and goal at the 7. And that's a touchdown. Gordy Sotal again. Sotal with another touchdown. 41-13. Extra point is good. And it's 42-13. And Sotal, actually, I think that was his first catch. Yeah. No, he's had 2 TDs today. He had one on the third touchdown San Francisco scored. He had one. Jenkins back deep. He's 9 yards deep, but he's gonna run it back because you never know what could happen if he runs it back. We've never had a kickoff return beyond 100 yards. And this time it was return 59. The kicker, Janikowski, got him. And Arizona in business at the 47. And San Francisco still playing with their first string. We're just going to go along the more. If we get the ball back, we might put a third quarterback in. Fitzgerald, there is no rule in the HTFL about using more than 2 quarterbacks like the NFL has, saying that if you have to use a third quarterback, he has to stay in the rest of the game. We have no such rules. 3rd and 10 at the 47. Now they have put in the second string defense, which is Lassiter, Carter, Kruger, Sistrunk, Filipiano, Banducci, Martin, Strizkowski, Woodson, Mogul, and Cason. So Arizona's just going to throw it up to Bolden and see if anything could be successful here. That's a fumble. Otis Sistrunk makes the sack. And Banducci recovered a fumble. And it is Gold Raider ball. And let's go over the offense for San Francisco, the second string. It's going to be Cason, Woodson, Wells, Taylor, Chester at tight end, Garcia, Jeff Garcia at quarterback, Namalini in at left tackle, Banducci at left guard, Quillen, McIntyre, and Woodenberg. This is a pitch to Cason, no gain. 2nd and 10. It's all academic at this point. All they got to do is take a few knees, and it's over. Garcia loses 4. Dansby makes the tackle. 3rd and 14. I do not have any timeouts to call, guys, so you could just take a knee. And that's your game. 42-13, San Francisco over Arizona. And we should be able to get you out of here within an hour, so our next game will be up at 8:30. Tittle, the MVP, I do not doubt that at all. Go over the team stats real fast. It was 5-15 for San Francisco, 7 trips to the red zone, 5 of them for touchdown, 110 for Arizona, no trips to the red zone, so they didn't score anything in the red zone. San Francisco held the ball 40 minutes and 32 seconds. There were 19 penalties. San Francisco ran 72 plays, and Arizona only ran 38 in the first downs. 31-11. We'll go over the player stats real fast. Tittle, 138.7 rating. Gore, 142 yards. Sotal had 117 yards receiving on 8 catches, and the leading tackler. Player punted 6 times. Miller was the tackle leader at 14. Nobody on San Francisco had more than 4 tackles. So we're going to get on out of here, folks. San Francisco, the first team to 10 wins in the Hometown Football League. As you see the standings update, they will lead Kansas City by a game. And they will be the number 1 seed in the Western Conference, regardless of what Los Angeles does against New Orleans in a couple, which actually will be tomorrow. Arizona, well, they're 3-9, and the team that would make the playoffs, they're just about eliminated from contention, as Denver is 7-5. Arizona would need to win out, and Denver would have to lose every game. to make the playoffs or even get a chance at it. So here's our next three games when we will reveal next week's schedule on the recap show, 6:30 Monday night. Green Bay and San Francisco, that is our next game. That should be 8:30. 8:30 if you are seeing this on Wednesday night in the first hour. It's being run on YouTube. New Orleans and Los Angeles, 7:30. And Buffalo and Detroit, 7:30 Friday night. Might do that game live. Too early to say. Depends on what's going on in my personal situations. So this has been Big Paulie coming to you. We wish you well no matter where you are and no matter when you see this. Godspeed, God bless. We'll do it all again soon. And bye-bye for now, everybody. Take care.